Hello Kemosabe, and welcome to the Kemosabe Ranch YouTube page. We're going to start off by just thanking you guys for taking the time to watch our video and our future videos to come out. My name's Jeremy and this is
Seth. Nice to meet you.
And we're the co-owners of Kemosabe Ranch. We wanted to be our first YouTube video and kind of just explain to you guys, you know, how we started and where we plan to be and what the future hopefully holds for us.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good intro.
Thank you.
That's what we want to talk about. Where we're sitting.
So this is where we're sitting today. This is the start of the Kemosabe Ranch. You're inside of, you're getting an inside look. This is as inside as it gets because you're inside 10 acres right now. You're inside with 60 sheep, which they may come up here and join us. They're just a little bit right over there on the side of the grain feeder running up. So this business adventure started roughly, what, 5 months ago?
Yeah,
6 months ago. Our wives met at the hair salon. You know, when my wife was getting her hair done by Seth's wife, Mika. And they started going to church together and everything, and then she started inviting me, and I started going to church with them, and I heard that through kindling that Seth was interested in getting cattle. And always wanted cattle. And that's something I've always wanted, is cattle, and I've been blessed with a lot of family land through my grandfather, through my dad, and so I brought up to Seth the idea of raising cattle. It kind of just kicked off from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were at lunch after church one Sunday, and Jeremy and I didn't really know each other yet. We just met each other like twice at that point. And
still trying to get a feel for each other.
Yeah, didn't know if I'd trust him or not, you know, kind of thing. He's kind of sketchy, and so he looked at me and said, "So you want to get in the cattle business?" And I said, "Yeah." So we got together and we talked about it, and I don't know. This is kind of where we ended up.
We were gonna get cattle. We were dead set. We were dead set on cattle, and we were so dead set on cattle. We were going on. The sheep idea came to fruition on maybe a Thursday or Friday, and we were going to get cattle on a Saturday. We had it lined out. We talked to a guy, and we were going to buy 4 cows, 4 second stage, sort of second period cows, and we were going to get them out here. We had done on just over to the east there a little bit. We had done a section of electric fence along, and we were ready. We had bought cattle panels over 125 pounds a piece. We had bought grain feeders. I mean, a creeper feeder. We were set up. We were ready to go, and I was sat down one night, or we had went to Aldi's to eat or to get groceries, and I bought lamb chops while I was there because I never had lamb chops, and they had them for like $6. So I was sitting down eating lamb chops for dinner, grilled them. Seth called me. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm eating lamb chops. You ever had them? They're good." And I guess he started researching them, researching sheep.
Yeah. Yeah, so we looked at the sheep market, because I mean, you can just get on and search your state's stock market, like your livestock market.
For us, I just look up like the USDA sheep auction report. Pulls it up.
Auction report, and you can look up and see what the prices were per pound. And so we started looking into it, and the prices were pretty good. I mean, they weren't the most they've ever been, but they were good. And so we started looking at what it took to raise sheep and how much they cost to buy and what it took. Their gestation period was a big thing.
How many times they could, if you're not familiar with that, it's essentially how often they can lamb a year, have babies a year. And for sheep, you can get it down to, if you do it right, you can do it twice a year. And cattle, it's only once a year.
Yeah, I mean, the time that you get pregnant to the time that you have a baby on the ground to sell is extremely fast compared to a cow. I mean, a cow's like 16 months before you're even seeing some sort of profit. And so we were able to cut that time down, and time is money. And so we started just doing the math, and we literally were like, okay, hold on, let's not buy cows on Saturday. Let's just set. And so I think we started talking about the logistics. So that's the biggest difference, is the infrastructure that's needed for sheep is significantly more and a little more finicky than it is for cattle. For cattle, I mean, if you have a outer perimeter fence, 5-strand barbed wire, hot wire.
I mean, shoot, even 3-strand barbed wire.
Yeah, you can throw them out and they're gonna do pretty good. And we had a pond, 2 ponds on this. It's a 40-acre section that our 10 acres in the middle of, which you'll see that if you go to our channel, we'll have videos of drone footage kind of showing the paddock inside. So
shameless plug of our Facebook page too. It has some more.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, all the social stuff. I don't know. I'm not the greatest at it, but I try to keep up with videos, and he's our production manager, and so we're just figuring it all as we go. So then we kind of backed out of the sheep because we're like, holy cow, we got to build a lot of fence. Like, if you,
I mean, you can put sheep in a field with barbed wire, with 5-strand barbed wire. Don't get me wrong, you can do it, but you're gonna get coyotes in it. You're gonna get stray dogs. A lot of problems that I hear is stray dogs killing sheep.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some. I mean, they're gonna get out, especially the lambs. I mean, you can do it. It's just, I mean, it's not. I mean, if that's all the money you got and you want to get into it, I mean, you can try it. I think you'll lose your money on it, but.
Well, I think for us too is like we don't live on site.
Yeah.
So we live 10-15 minutes away. We come out here every day and we check them, but we're not here to really manage every moment. Like, we can't hear if there's a coyote howling right next to the pen or around where the sheep are. So we decided to go the safest route because it's money. You know, if we're losing our sheep, then we're losing the money that we've invested. And so,
and you can't buy insurance on coyote.
Yeah, not on coyote attacks. And so
I think the sheep are back now.
Yeah, they're trying to get grain. It's out of grain because they're addicts. And
grain addicts.
We've kind of cut down on it for a little bit. We have some small ones we bought that we're trying to fatten up. Anyhow, so we built this 10-acre section because in the 40-acre section, there's not a whole lot of shade except for like around the perimeter and then down the strip, down the middle, which we utilize. So I got on my little iPad on my map and kind of drew out an idea, showed it to Jeremy, said, cool, looks like it'll work. And so we went and spent almost $6,000 on fencing equipment. And that was building it ourselves. So it's 221 T-posts and then a bunch of 4x4s.
It's roughly like 660 foot by 660 foot.
Squared.
Yeah, squared. So it was a feat. I mean, it was compared to just running, you know, electric fence or barbed wire or whatever. I mean, we had to go out and buy you had to buy they make like sheep and goat, what's the word I'm trying to, woven wire.
Woven wire.
And we just got field fence woven wire. I mean, a lamb's not going to get through it, and a coyote's not going to get through it. That's the main thing, is a coyote.
The squares are a little bit bigger. So like on a sheep and goat, the squares are small, a little more like little rectangles, and these are bigger squares, but it would save us $125 a roll. And so that was pretty significant. So we did that. We took
4x4s.
Yeah, 4x4s for the, you know, H braces, corner posts, and then every 100-foot posts. It turned out pretty good. I mean, it was a learning experience, and we have a video we're going to be putting together, kind of that. It's not a solid video because
we're going to add on to this 10 acres here probably in the fall, and we'll probably do a whole new video then of actually how to do the woven wire fence, because it's not, I mean, you can do it. You can put your T-post in and put your post in on every 100 foot and not pull it tight and put it up. And I'm not trying to get into a fencing video here, but and not pull it tight, but you know, you want to do it right. I mean, this is, if you're investing in sheep, you're investing in something. You're trying to get money out of them. I mean, if you have them as pets, it might be a little bit different. You have them in a yard, set up different, whatever. But if you're trying to get in at ranching side or farming side, you need to do it right. You need to put the time into it. But we, you know, it was like that. It was the fencing, and then we had to get a corral system. We had the cattle corral, but they were big, they were heavy. We only had like a few panels that we could afford. So we ended up actually selling those, put them on Facebook and selling those, and then we went and got these sheep panels that were half the price and half the weight.
Oh, super easy to move, and they look really nice, which you'll see in our videos. If you go look at any of our stuff, it's a nice shiny galvanized. It looks really good, and it's easy. Like, we can maneuver it around and kind of configure it the way we want.
That was another thing that kind of, like, with the sheep is like everything is kind of easy. I don't know if I'd say easier, I mean, but it is in theory, because I mean, the equipment's lighter, you know, the equipment's cheaper, unless you get a turntable that doesn't work. That's a whole other thing, where we ended up getting a turntable that one of our sheep, the unfortunate part of it, got its foot stuck in it. That's for another time. But So that's kind of where.
What else did we buy though? I mean, we got this built. We got new gates on it. The goat sheep gates, and then
yeah, we bought actual sheep woven wire gates for the side. I mean, there's some stuff that we would have done differently, like put a gate down on the other corner and stuff that, you know, that it'll change. Then, like I said, when we do the new paddocks and stuff, if you guys stick with us through this journey, this isn't going to be hopefully you know, a month, 2 month journey. This is going to be a 15-year, 20-year journey that we're embarking on right now. I mean, the goal is to be one of the largest sheep producers in the area, along with cattle. We plan on getting cattle and stuff and all that, and some other stuff. But anyways, you know, we had to buy the electric fence for the inside.
Yeah, and we need to do a video. We'll do a video maybe next week because we still have some paddocks to add still yet, where we rotate them. So we're, as of right now, like there's a bunch of them coming up. Getting some water. It's been super hot, so we just put some fresh water in. That's been a thing too. But so the inner fence is electric fence, poly braid by Powerflex, and they're actually not far from us, like an hour drive
out of Seymour,
Missouri. And so we just drive up there and buy from them.
And I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't go buy any other. This isn't like we're not getting paid by them or anything like that. I wouldn't go buy any other electric fence.
It's great.
It cuts through. Before we brush hogged this, the grass was, I mean, up to my thighs.
Yeah. And
that wire, poly braid, it cut straight through it. Like there was not. I mean it.
And we're just using the smaller Gallagher smaller controllers. So it's a solar controller, and we have 2 of them here and then one on the other end. And they're the cheaper ones, like $240, but they're solar, and I mean, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's a huge, massive controller, but it cuts through this pretty tall grass even behind us, and it'll shock you, because I touched it one day, and it definitely shocked the crap out of me. And the sheep are really learning to stay within
then we bought these so first we went to our local farm store here. I won't shame them, but we bought some step-in poles, some step-in like flex posts that a lot of people use. A lot of people use them. They're like $4 a pole, but they just kept snapping. They were snapping. So we spent a bunch of money. I mean, we spent probably $300 or something on all these posts, and we were like, man, they were flexing on us, bending, wasn't keeping the wire tight enough. And so we talked to them, and they were like, hey, try these fiberglass poles, and you have to go in and hammer each one of them in and whatever. It's a little bit more permanent. But
it's not harder. I mean, it doesn't take us any longer to run it.
Yeah, and you have to buy these little metal clips that go on it, and
we'll do a whole video on that, so people can see like how we put it together, because it's super easy. Like if we can figure it out, you can figure it out, because we don't know anything. Like we've never done this. So
we've never done. This is first time for us both with anything to do with sheep. I grew up a little bit on cattle, so I understand cattle a little bit, but neither one of us knew anything about sheep.
I grew up on horses, and so like horses and sheep are not the same whatsoever. And so it's but the profitability is there if you run the numbers, and so kind of that's where our goal is, to get to a point. And I think when we started it, even with cattle, we were thinking about long term.
Yeah.
For our kids and their kids and blah blah blah.
More of a legacy.
Yeah, and I think like with his family, they have this farm, and there's not family members really doing anything with it. They're leasing some out right now to a guy who runs cattle on it, but we're keeping like his family farm alive, which is really awesome. Like I love being a part of that. What a blessing that's been. And to just see the generations hopefully just keep it going. Everybody's selling off farms left and right, because
there's nobody
our age wants to really do it.
Yeah, farming's an old man's game now, and a lot of their grandkids and kids just, you can't. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, if we didn't have any of this land to do it, it'd be near impossible to go out and buy land and do it right now. I mean, it's like I said, we're very blessed that my grandpa was able to get all this property that he has, and blessed is the only word that you can use for it, to have all of this, because without it, it'd be difficult. I'm not going to say it's going to be impossible, because there's nothing impossible, but it'd be pretty difficult.
It would be hard, and I think it's like an honor to be able to come in and honor him for what he's done in the years of working hard to build this. He's really excited about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is funny, because like he never knew anything about sheep, and so that's been kind of everybody's excited in the area.
It's not a common thing. Everybody around here, now I don't think we said this, we're in Southwest Missouri. Yeah. And this isn't, you're not in sheep country. I mean, there's a lot of little, maybe like hobby farms here that have, 10, 20, whatever. But there's a lot of cattle farms. I mean, that's what everybody does, it's cattle farms. And there's no pigs here, nothing like that, it's cattle. like I said, my grandpa grew up. I mean, he was running 300 head of cattle at one point in his life, and you know, working in stockyards and stuff. And so I went to him, and we told him, hey, we're gonna run some cattle out here, and he was like, cool, you know, let me know what you need, you know, I'll help you out, whatever I can, type thing. And then I was like, hey, I think we're gonna put sheep out here. And he goes, I go, what do you know about them? And he goes, nothing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. And so it's kind of cool to see everybody else's, you know, everybody else is excited and happy looking at it. And
they are,
something
yeah.
new.
Yeah, and I think it's fun. Like, what's fun with sheep too is that we can get our wives involved and the kids, and it's not this dangerous. Because cattle are, you know, they can be dangerous and they can run you over, and that was another thing that was attractive about it. My kids can get in there with us in the pen and help work them, and it's not scary. It is work. I mean, they are crazy. Like, we'll, you know, have videos of working them and catching them, and they're just, until we get another shoot, just kind of cowboying them on the ground is a lot of work, but it's just part of it. And so I think, man, we're just learning. I think with this channel, our goal is to upload stuff as we go, and not as like an expert, but as like, hey, we're doing it. If you want to follow along and see if it's something you'd be interested in.
Hopefully people will get involved with it and they'll see. Yeah. I mean, yeah, from the outside looking in, it's scary. I mean, it's, you know, you invest money. You know, a lot of people at times don't know anything about us, just like us, we're investing money in something we don't know about. So it's scary to go all in and just kind of wing it and go, but that's kind of the goals that other people who are interested in, and you may not be wanting to start a farm, you're just interested in the farm lifestyle and what goes into it day to day, and that's kind of the goal, just take everybody on the journey with us and show you that it can be done, and hopefully it's exciting. Awesome. All right, pardon the interruption, we had a business call there, but I don't know, I just want to, and hopefully in 10 years we can go back and look at these videos and be like, holy cow, you know, look at where we were, and hopefully somebody else can do the same. You know, if you follow along, it'd be greatly appreciated. We just want to show everybody that, you know, I work a full-time job daily. I'm a police officer on the daily, you know, and Seth, I'm not going to speak for him and what he does, but it's a little shady.
Well, I run a business, and so I'm a business owner outside of this, doing power washing and staining, and so I'm, you know, I've got other things going on too. So it's been, you know, it's a lot sometimes. Like, you have to, with sheep, it's different. You're checking them every day. You know, they are finicky. Like yesterday, 2 days ago, I saw one limping. We came out yesterday, we had to push them up before we rotated them, trim the hooves on one. Seems like she's doing better. Of course, we don't know. Like, I've researched all this, but I never had to do it. And so it was a learning experience, just another thing to learn. And yeah, so it's just, I think, looking back in years from now and being able to see where we were and where we've gotten to and what we've learned along the way, and maybe things we did right and wrong.
And this isn't like, you can go to some YouTube channels or whatever, and you're watching, you're talking a multi-million-dollar operation already, you know, and I don't know, we just want to show you that we're two average people, you know, right now work day jobs, and we can come out here and get it done, and hopefully give you guys some entertainment on the side every once in a while.
Yeah, sheep are fun. They get some good, they get up some good footage and entertainment too, so it is fun. But yeah, just follow, do all those things that people say to do. If you want, I don't know, if you have any comments, questions, throw them in there, you know, ask away. We'll do our best to figure this out. We don't know anything about YouTube at this point, really, so we're kind of figuring that out too.
Yeah, figuring out all the social stuff. It's hard. I mean, it's a difficult thing to keep up on. I mean, that's why a lot of people don't do it and document their journey, just because, you know, we have to go out and buy a camera and all this stuff, and it's just, you know, part of it, I guess.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think kind of the goal, just kind of give you guys, so you guys can know, we can look back here in 10 years hopefully, but the goal, like I said, is to be one of the largest sheep producers. We want to grow and grow and grow. Right now we're at 61 sheep. 62. We just had a lamb a couple weeks ago, our first lamb ever, Tonto, on the farm, a little ram, and we're going to keep him, I think, and hopefully turn him into this money maker.
Yeah, into a stud.
But the goal, like I said, eventually is to throw some cattle in the mix too, and I don't know, maybe dabble in some pigs, you know, and just kind of juggle a little bit of homestead type of life too, where we can provide our own food and garden and that kind of stuff too, which would be nice.
That would be nice. Yeah, it's a journey. You know, so I don't know.
It'll be a journey. I mean, it all started in 2024, and
Yeah.
we'll see where we're at in 2034, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah, or 2028.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, hopefully. Even see where we're at the end of next year.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to double, triple in size by the end of next year, which will be a feat in itself. But
Yeah, a lot of work.
if we can get it done, we'll get it done.
Hopefully a lot of content.
Hopefully a lot of
Because
content.
we're always doing something.
Yeah.
The wives have a hard time with that sometimes,
Yeah.
seeing that, but it's just part of it.
Very thankful that they allow us to come out here. I mean, and spend so much time out here. Like I said, he gets out here a little bit more than me, obviously, but they just allow us to come out here every day and check them. And you know, there's been times already where it's like, yeah, we're going to be out here till 10 o'clock at night. And
Yeah.
they've been very patient with us, and I'm very thankful for
Yeah, absolutely.
them allowing being patient and just
Yeah.
allowing us to really chase this dream that we're having.
Yep. Same. Well, what do you think? Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
That's it for number one.
For video number 1.
So
Now hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
all those YouTube things.
All those YouTube things.
If you have any suggestions or questions or anything you want to see or whatever, just comment or all that, and
Yeah.
see, because we'd be very excited about being involved with other people's journeys, or if they have questions about what we're doing and if it's working or not. And we'll be just honest and real and open about it. And
Just for you guys that really are interested, I mean, hopefully if you're watching this, really interested anyways, but we do, just a quick summary is we rotate our sheep right now. We have 62 sheep, like you said. We have 10 acres, we have acre-ish paddocks, and we're rotating them about every 7 days. So we're gonna, next week when we rotate them, we'll come out again and we'll hopefully shoot a little video on that whole process of building the electric fence and everything, and then rotating them in, and I'll show you guys kind of the actual change in the grass consumption.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That you force them to eat a lot more. But again, welcome to Kemosabe Ranch. Hopefully in 10 years maybe we'll be in a big, huge production van shooting.
That'd be cool.
With a helicopter going
That'd be
over
cool.
us.
That'd be really cool. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching.